and welcome to episode 7 of the Success by Design weekly masterclass. And this is our last masterclass for 2019. I am so excited to be with you. Can you believe we have met every week for 7 weeks? This is so awesome. Let me just remind you what we've talked about for the last 7 weeks, in case you would like to go back and watch the replays. So, but before I get started, let me just see that everything is working and that you can hear me and that I can see you and you can see me, and everything is good with that. Oh, it's disappeared. Okay, let's just assume it's working. I'm sure it's fine. What have we been talking about for the last 7 weeks? So in the first week, it was just the welcome. In the second week, we were talking about how to redefine your relationship with time, and that was using our 888 formula. In the third week, we were talking about how you can be productive and not busy using our traffic light formula. In week 4, we talked about how to avoid distractions and to stay focused to create or increase your productivity. In week 5, it was how to train this brain for success, and that it is possible, it can be trained, and you are not too old, it is never too late, and things can change, things can improve, and things can be as wild as your wildest dreams. And then in week 6, we talked about how you can actually structure your day for success so that you feel more successful. And this came from a question that I regularly get asked by people. How can I structure my day so I feel more successful? And then today, we are talking about something that some of you might think is crazy, but bear with me and stick around to the end of the training. This is, are you sabotaging your success? Are you sabotaging your success? And before we dive into this training, who am I and what is this all about? So my name is Abigail Barnes. I am the founder of Success by Design Training. We work with highly motivated individuals as well as visionary organizations. And we work with these 2 types of people to help them to increase their productivity, but also to create cultures of productivity and personal productivity, and to improve their work-life balance, because nobody wants to work and then die. Everybody wants to work, enjoy their life, make the most of the skill set that they have, that they can bring to exchange for a monthly payment, and have fun while they're doing it. So those are the people that we work with, and we absolutely love this. I can't say it anymore. And what else do I need to tell you? Okay, so today, are you ready for success? The 3 things that we're going to talk about. The first one is, what the heck is success? The second one is, are you actually sabotaging this success without even realizing? And then the third thing is what you can do about it, because I would love you to go away from this training today to take something with you to do over the holiday season, and take it into 2020 so that you can create meaningful and lasting change in your life. Does that sound good? I hope so. Let me know in the comments. Right, so as we're going on through this training, just let me know in the comments every time you have an aha moment with anything that I say, whatever it is. And you don't have to tell us in the comments what your aha moment is, but just let us know that you're having an aha moment, and that this concept, what we are discussing, is actually resonating with you, because that would just be so awesome. Right, what is success? We, for the last year, ran 3 events this year with panels of 3 individuals each time, and we asked them what success was. We also asked the audience what success was, and the conclusion was success is subjective. Success can be financial freedom, it can be time freedom, it can be experiences, it can be time to spend with family, it can be specific things, But the long and the short of it was that success is an individual thing, and it is subjective. And two things with that then. So success was also measured as what people actually were able to do, and it was then measured as to how people actually felt. So what things they could do with their more time, their more money, etc. And then how they felt about that was defining whether they felt successful or not. And an interesting thing, I just want to drop this into the conversation just for something for you to think about. It's something that I've been researching a lot recently because I'm absolutely fascinated by it. This is called sudden time syndrome. We have this concept that already exists called sudden wealth syndrome, which actually happens to people who win the lottery, come into money. They suddenly receive this, they're not ready for it, they don't know what to do with it, and as quickly as they receive it, they lose it. And when it comes to sudden time syndrome, this could be somebody who worked 24/7, not 24/7, but worked 14, 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. They were working on things, and then suddenly, for whatever reason, they get made redundant, or they retire, or they sell their business. They come into a ton of time. And it's ironic that everybody wants more time, but actually when they get more time, they don't know what to do with it. And I've been there also. When I had my near-death experience, I was signed off sick and obviously unwell and recovering. And I had so much time, I just didn't know what to do with it. And what can actually happen is people end up getting depressed. I don't know why I'm laughing about that, because it's not funny, but it's kind of ironic that you want more time, and then when you get it, it's that irony of be careful what you wish for, because you've got the more time, but now you don't know what to do with it. So it is super, super important that you have a plan for everything, and that you're always thinking about what you would do and how you would make the most of what it is that you want, rather than I want more time or I want more money. Why? So always asking yourself why, so that when you get it, you know what to do with it. You can enjoy it. There is no sudden syndrome. There is no instant depression or whatever are the symptoms that come into it for different individuals. It just is something that is a new chapter of life, and people are super excited by it. So I just wanted to drop that random thing in there. And if you resonate with that at all, I'd love to hear more. Just drop a comment. So why are we sabotaging this success? Now, this is going to sound a bit crazy, but do you resonate with any of these things? Have you ever been given a gift in the past, like a gift that you really, really wanted, and then you lost it? Now, for me, example of this is I randomly really wanted a Mont Blanc pen. Everybody in my office had them, and I just wanted one. And for me, a Mont Blanc pen was a sign of having made it, a sign of success. And it was just in my head. I'd seen the advertising, and all the successful people in the business had them, etc., etc. And maybe you have one also. So I just wanted this Mont Blanc pen, and I got it. It was given to me as a birthday present. So then now I have this pen, but I wasn't more successful with the pen, because this was a story that I'd made up in my head. When I get the pen, then I will be successful. So I get the pen and I just leave it on my desk, and the pen disappears. And then I tell one of my work colleagues that my pen has disappeared. I don't know where it's gone. It's just lost. And they give me their pen, because they had two, right? So now I'm on my second Mont Blanc pen, and I just leave this pen on my desk another day, forget to take it home, forget to put it away. I just leave it there because it's a pen. Like this, you just leave pens around. You don't think about it. And you shouldn't have to, really. But anyway, that's another conversation. So then this pen gets lost. So have you ever had this where you've been given a gift and you just lose it? Whatever it is, whether it's a pen, handbag, piece of jewellery, earring, watch, necklace, whatever it is. Has this ever happened to you? You receive something that you've really wanted and then you just lose it. So this is one way that we sabotage ourselves. Another way, maybe you resonate with this one. You really, really wanted to be promoted in a job and you get promoted into this job. And then what happens is you start playing a story in your head of, what if they find out that I don't know how to do it? What if I can't do it? What if I get sacked now because I can't do this job and I don't know how to do this job? And we just trigger into imposter syndrome and the whole stories around that and start sabotaging that success, rather than creating the new story, which is, well, of course I can do this job. I'm qualified for this job. They promoted me to this job. They wouldn't have given me the job if I couldn't do the job. And equally, if I believe I can do it, then I can do it. If I believe I can't do it, then I can't do it. So that's the mental habit pattern that you want when you're in a place that you believe in yourself. But the opposite pattern is the imposter. I'm going to get caught out. I can't do it. Somebody is going to fire me. Somebody is going to come and tap me on the shoulder and say, "Oi, what are you doing? Get out. You shouldn't be here." This is one that I used to tell myself all the time. I used to believe that somebody was going to come and find me and that I was in the wrong room and that I should be in another room and that I was a delinquent and I was going to get into trouble. The third one is, do you get money and then you just spend it? So you receive money, maybe you get a bonus, you get a birthday present, somebody gives you money, you inherit money, and then you just spend it. You can't keep it. You can't put it into your bank. You can't invest it in something. You just have to spend it. And then the other thing is, do you ever have money in your handbag or your wallet or your purse or your pocket or wherever? And then you start telling yourself that somebody is going to rob you. You are going to be attacked and somebody is going to steal this money off of you, and that you may as well just get rid of the money or give it to somebody else because you can't be trusted with this money. Does this story resonate with you? Have you ever found yourself telling this story before? This is a way that we mentally sabotage ourselves by choosing to see the negative rather than seeing the positive. Okay, and then the fourth way is when it comes to relationships. The reason I'm mentioning relationships, and this is kind of a business discussion, is because how we do one thing is how we do everything. So when it comes to relationships, do you have relationships where you meet the people, you really like them, you really get on well, it's an amazing time, and then you just pick a fight? You just pick a fight, you argue about something that's kind of irrelevant, but you just pick a fight, or you start looking for their bad flaws, looking for things that are wrong with them, looking for things that they didn't do, or having an expectation of what you wanted them to do, what you wanted them to say, and they didn't do it and they didn't say it, so it's just over. Do you do this? If you resonated with any of those four examples to any degree, and these examples could go on, believe me, you've actually got what is known as a fear of happiness. Sounds freaking crazy, but if you resonated with any of those to a degree, or there are other things that you're aware of that go on in your head when it comes to success, it comes to the idea of success, it comes to the idea of having everything. What if you woke up tomorrow and on your drive was the car you wanted, you're living in the house you want, you've got the partner you want, the job you want, in fact you don't even have to work anymore, somebody is making you breakfast, you are flying to wherever you want, your shopping is arriving, your children are just perfect, everything is amazing. How does that make you feel? Is there a part of you that is just, oh yeah, I'd love that? And then another small part of you that's saying, yeah, but what would other people think? And instantly that these start to come up, write it down. Whatever it is, What would my mum think? What would my dad think? What would my friends think? What would my siblings think? What would my partner think? What would my boss think? What would whoever think? Because these are the things that are stopping you, that stop all of us from having this happiness and happy life. Because in every moment of every day, we can be happy. Happiness isn't something that you get to one day. Happiness is a way of being. But if we don't allow ourselves to be happy in the moment through the ridiculous things like a glass of water, a hot shower, clothes, internet, a roof over our head, if we don't allow ourselves to be happy for those simple things, we can't allow ourselves to be happy for the bigger things. Because as I said, how we do one thing is how we do everything. So if you really, really want 2020 to be the year when you step into the success you step into the power of the person that you are meant to be, and you become this person, then you are going to have to get rid of these negative beliefs which are stopping you. Now, there is no magic pill. It doesn't happen overnight. It is a lifelong process. It is a commitment to addressing these beliefs as and when they come up, and they come up in life for a variety of different reasons. And this is some of the training that we do when we work with our elite professionals that want to get to the next level. Because in order to get to the next level, you have to be ready to live in the next level, because otherwise you'll get there and you'll bounce straight out again. It's like going to a party, and as soon as you get there, you just feel like you don't fit in. It's not that you don't fit in, it's that you don't believe that you fit in. You don't believe you're worthy. Nobody comes over to you and stamps you on the head and goes, you don't fit in, off you go. You can carry yourself anywhere. And if you look at this interesting story of like the most successful people in the world, they go through the phases of the designer clothes that they wear, and the more successful they become, the less labels they wear, because they don't need it anymore. And so this is the irony. It doesn't even matter what you wear when you go into the room that you don't believe you deserve to be in. Because if you believe you deserve to be in there, you just are. Energy doesn't lie. And so a huge part of this, when it comes to retraining your mind and when it comes to accepting success, is about understanding how to manage your energy. And that's a conversation for another day. So that was the second part then of how you might be sabotaging your success. I can't wait to hear what your thoughts are on that and how this training is resonating with you. And then the third thing then is, what can you do about this? Because obviously nobody wants to stay in this place when they're aware of what it's doing to them, of the consequences of feeling like this, of believing like this. It literally is like starting the dominoes running down negativity alley rather than positivity alley. And it is your choice which alley, which road you go down. Both of the roads are available to you. One road is familiar and a habit, and the other road is not familiar and is outside of the comfort zone. And that's the reason, in part, why we stop ourselves from going to the next level, from accepting all of the success that is there, that is ready, that is waiting for us. So when you understand that this way of thinking can become your new normal, then you will just think like this all the time. In the same way that you believe and you think that you're not worthy of X, Y, Z, you can literally retrain your brain to believe that you are worthy of X, Y, Z. And this is what we were talking about in episode 5. So you might want to go back and watch that one, about how to retrain your brain. Interesting thing to say at this point, not everybody experiences this. Not everybody needs to go through this. Not everybody is going to resonate with what I'm talking about. They already don't have these beliefs, because everybody is different. Everybody comes from a different place. Everybody was raised in a different way. Everybody has absorbed different things for different reasons. So it is best, if this is something that is really strongly resonating with you, send me a message. And if what we offer isn't right for you, then professional help might actually be appropriate, because this can be a really huge conversation for people who are ready for it, but not for the people who don't need it. So if you talk to the people who don't need it about it, it could end up making you feel even worse. Holiday homework. Holiday homework. I would love to give you a gift. And this gift is a book that I absolutely love. I listened to this book, I don't know, 6 times this year I've listened to this book, and it absolutely blows my mind every time. And I listened to this book on Audible. I don't know if you can see this. It is called The Big Leap. It is called The Big Leap, and it is by an author called Gay Hendricks. Gayhendricks. The Big Leap. This book is an absolute mind blower and has helped me to work through a lot of what we're discussing today from the point of view of, he calls this your upper limit. So where I would discuss it, I would say you've reached the extent of your belief about what you think is possible. He calls it your upper limit. So, and it means the same thing, just everybody talks about something in a different way. So what he's saying is you have hit your beliefs, your limit of how far you think you can go. So if you've ever heard that quote about shoot for the stars because you might end up hitting the moon, then what this is same thing is saying is that we all have a limit of where we think we can go to. But if we want to live the life that we want to be living, which is why I think we're all here, to be happy, otherwise what's the point, then we've got to work out what is stopping us from being happy. So I hope that you have a wonderful holiday reading this book, whether you read it physically or you read it audibly. I recommend Audible, and listen at 1.5 speed, because some people just talk slow, or 1.25 speed. And that is a great way to make sure that you get through that book over the holiday season. Coming towards the end of today's training, so I want to tell you, new year, we're going to have a new format. The format is going to go like this. Every week, we are going to interview somebody who we meet, who has something that they can share with us, an experience and expertise, their insight on success, their recommendations for how to do things. And please send me messages with what you would like to hear about. That's the first thing. So around success, around managing your time, around creating the life that you want, around work-life balance, what would you like to know? Because I will get those people on. The second thing is, if you think you are one of these people who would like to go live, so it has to be live, the interview, we have a 3-second delay. That's it. So you have to be ready to answer questions live and just keep going. Drop me a message. I'd love to have a chat. And then the third thing I want to say around this is once a month, we are going to have somebody teach us something for 8 minutes. So in line with the 8-minute activity that we were doing the other week, we are going to bring on people who can teach us something for 8 minutes. And during this masterclass, we will all do it. So I am speaking to my friend who does Pilates at your desk. We're hopefully going to get her on to teach us some Pilates moves for 8 minutes. I would love to bring on my meditation teacher, and she'd do a meditation with us for 8 minutes. So you can see how easy peasy it is just to meditate during the day and then even watch it on the replay. So if you've got an 8-minute activity that you think fits in around movement, mindset or meditation, then please get in touch, because we would also love to have you on the show. And again, you will be doing it live, so you have to be prepared to just perform, and we'll see how it goes. And what else do I want to say to you? Have a wonderful holiday season, and I hope you get time to relax, to refresh and to rethink who you are and who you want to be in 2020, and what actions you then need to take in order to become that person. Final thing to leave you on, we have created an 888 Christmas bundle for anybody who would like to know that in January they've got a time audit session, as well as a time planning session and 30 days of support. And I will leave the link below. There are limited spaces for this, but if you grab this bundle, you will be saving £44. So that's awesome. And you can also give that to yourself as a Christmas present. So it has been amazing to be with you. Thank you so much. And just remember, success is possible. It is possible for you. It is possible for everybody. There is abundance of everything for everybody, whether we believe it or not. So until next time, until next year, take care and see you soon.